So balanced, so safe, but the truth is that I had to go through a few fun things to make it to where I am today. Here, sitting in my kitchen, having food peacefully, or driving my car to new places, thinking about what's next. I have told the story of how I got here and what changed, but I don't think I've actually told the story of what happened after. I have a few fun stories. So let's go back to level 0. First week in a new country, and what a country! The difference is 360. And I still remember the first day I walked into a grocery store. The amount of options, the amount of food. I've never experienced that in my life before. And honestly, that was the most exciting thing when I first got here, just walking into a grocery store. And it made me feel like the luckiest person on earth. And if I'm honest, I still feel that way. When it comes to being able to buy and eat however I want, the only limit being in my choices on eating mostly healthy, but with the occasional ice cream and chocolates for sure. Really, sugar? No wonder why rats preferred sugar rather than cocaine. In level 1, there was a lot of excitement and expectation, but there was also worry about what was going to happen, how we were going to make things happen. But either way, there was a little bit of doubt. I knew that we were going to be able to push through, and we did. So level 2 was getting a job. Luckily enough, I got a job a month after my move here. And honestly, I was really lucky because in the place where I was living the first month, other people were trying to get a job at the same time as me and they weren't as lucky. I live in Miami, and at the beginning, when I first got here, I could realize that it was quite difficult to get into the workforce here because of the amount of people that were coming into the city, and there weren't really many jobs available. And a friend recommended me to a job. I did the interview and I got in. I got the job. It paid well. I can finally start saving to move forward. Ubering every day wasn't reasonable, and I didn't have the money to afford a car, nor did I know how to drive. But I had a plan. First paycheck comes in and I buy a Ferrari. Yes, a Ferrari, or at least it felt like that to me.
We can't get no satisfaction. Still clinging on, can't fight the action. Headline in every caption. We're gonna say we're the main attraction. The only one who made me fly. The only one who left me high.
I have never owned something this cool in my life before. Ferrari took me to work in 44 minutes, going on a 19 miles per hour. Pretty fast if you tell me. Looking back now, I think I was totally crazy, but financially it made sense. In my head, it sounded so fun. And the fact that it was going to save me so much money, it just made it logical for me to do this, even though it can be dangerous to be driving this on the streets. But I was careful. To tell you why it made absolutely a financial sense, I needed to save for a car, and Ferrari cost me $620. And it ended up saving me in a period of 6 months, which is the time that it took me to buy a car. It saved me $2,880. Second month, we weren't able to continue to live where we were when we first came. Also, we weren't able to find rent, so this meant we were going from Airbnb to another Airbnb for around a month until we found the right place, which is this place, and we have been living here ever since. And after 6 months of riding my Ferrari and saving, I was finally ready and able to buy my first car. It felt like climbing a mountain. I was finally at the top, but what I didn't know is that soon I had to go back down. I felt like I was going back to level 0. But yeah, this was an important lesson I needed to learn. So I crashed my car. Only after 7 months of driving it. I hate it pretty hard. I had to sell it as junk. I had to say goodbye to my first car. Honestly, God saved me from this one. I hit pretty hard into a expressway wall. Luckily, I only got a little injured on my knee, which is still bothers me a bit these days when I work out and such. When I caught my car in those months, I was really focusing on making money. I would overwork myself so much just for the sake of saving more money and investing more money and having more money. So yeah, immediately after I got my car accident, I felt it like God was putting a stop to me and like teaching me an important lesson. And I immediately came across this verse on the Bible, or I think my friend sent it to me, which is Luke 16, verse 13. It says, "No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money." So after that, I very quickly learned that in order for me to feel safe, of to be in a safe place, it's just not about money. It's never gonna be about money. It doesn't matter if you have all the money in the world. You're never gonna, be 100% safe. That's just impossible. And I very quickly learned that, where I find myself safe, like truly safe, it's trusting in God and just putting everything in His hands. And long story short, I had to use all my savings into buying a new car. I'm not gonna lie, that was painful, but I ended up with a pretty good looking blue Toyota Corolla 2013. Also, with only 54 miles on it. And now we're just a level 3, I guess. I still have my full-time job. I still have my Corolla. I haven't crashed it. Not that one. But now I have a calling, which is this one, making YouTube videos and telling stories. I actually have been making YouTube videos for a really long time, but I don't think I didn't take it serious enough. But this time I'm treating it like a business. You see, in order for a business to be successful, you need to create something of value. And what better way to offer that than with stories? Stories allow us to see ourselves in the characters or situations presented. This helps us apply the lessons learned to our own life, making the information more relevant and impactful. So, yes, this is my story for now. And it might not seem like a massive success story, but I'm just barely getting started.